Kanikapu,
Make
round
the
two.
fucking stuff too quick.
Just nowadays, a monarchs of our kings and queens who visit all the islands and saw everything. How would they feel about the changes of our land? Why could you just imagine if they were around and saw a concrete jungle and highways on sacred ground? How would they feel about the disrespect of ancient lands? Wanna now, tears will come from each other's eyes, and they will stop to realize that's how all the people are in great danger now. Whoa, tell me what would they say? How would they feel? Will the smiles be content for the cry for the pains that they have seen? Now cry for our God, cry for our people, cry for our lands that was taken away. And then yet you find Hawaii. Ooh yeah.
Aloha kako, kalamai for the technical difficulties. Welcome back to another episode of Darkside of Hawaiian Politics. No annexation, no statehood. Good morning, hale o ke ave, hale a pi'ilani, hale moloka'i ahina, hale kakui hewa, mano kalani po, let's go. Your weather today, Darkside of Hawaiian Politics, your north highs 88, your low 79, your highs in the east is 82, your low 74. Your highs in the south is 87, your low is 78, and your west max out at 92, highs 89 low. Now, homework 2, Olelo no Eau of the week.
All right, Olelo no e of the game. Aloha mai kako e ko Hawaii pai aina. Another auspicious one. Kalamai for the technical difficulties, but it's the 40th episode. He ka'au no, we made it 40. We're gonna make it 400 and 4,000 and 400,000, just like our kupuna taught us. But today's Olelo no e of the day. Again, a remix. Ho'okahi no la o ka malihini. Yeah, ho'okahi no la o ka malihini. Only one day as a malihini. Yeah, so you have one day as a visitor when you come here to Hawaii, to our shores, to our country, to our hale. And after that, yeah, you're not one malihini anymore. You expected to carry the load. You expected to take out the trash.
Yes.
You expected to malamara ohana, right?
Yes.
So one day as a visitor, after that, you part of the ohana. So you gotta help us with all the work we gotta do to deoccupy Hawaii, to take the chains off the brain, and to get Kanaka back on the Aina. So we have a very special guest coming up today, all the way from the other islands, right? Sending over
Maui a
a
pi'ilani.
messenger.
So get ready for our Get Connected session. We decided that we're going to bring it back, the Get Connected session, where we decided that we will basically bring back our phone calls to get connected to what's going on throughout our moku. And without further ado, this week we have our Smash or Pass, Wailea. Wailea Maui has been under attack from development. And kako, if you guys know anything about that, Maui, the first on our chopping block, this development already hit issues with Kupuna Iwi previously before even getting erected. So when you look at this issue, it's built in a historic district of Maui, right? It's supposed to be overseen by the most pristine laws of DLNR, but yet we have just unbelievable development taking place out there continuously. And for me, simply, it's definitely a collusion with the State Board of Planning, right? How Mr. Victorino is playing softball with all the Hawaiian community out there, continuing to lie and conspire in collusion. And that is a simple smash that has to take place because we have no more room for these kind of issues that's going to be desecrating our sacred sites and our historical districts.
Polole. Yeah, you got to look at the genealogy of this one, and we got to look over to Maui because there's been a lot of this kind of corruption and desecration happening, right? It's becoming commonplace for every development to come through, just like what they did to the sand dunes, right? The Keopuolani sand dunes out in Wailuku and other parts of the Aina. They take all that sand, they go use them for resorts, and they desecrate the iwi, the ali'i, the iwi kupuna of our ali'i, who are buried and who are interned in these areas, these sacred areas. So this is another, what's happening now is just another chapter in that story. Mahalo to folks out there, the activists and the kanaka out there, right?
The manawahine, the manakanes out there that continue to bring forth this information so we can relay out. Mahalo for keeping us connected, right? Homework.
Exactly.
And so what do we have to give them on their grades?
We got to give a pass to the kanaka, bringing this to light. And then you follow that up with a nice big red smash for the state for continuing to desecrate and making desecration part of development, right? Even during a pandemic, this is how they play it out.
Right.
So, gotta smash.
Next up on the chopping block, we had a wonderful community rally, and it was in response to anti-police corruption, sign waving, kako. Mahalo to the families who bring this to the forefront, as Kealoha and his wife are going down a very quick spiral with attorney prosecutor of the state. This shouldn't be shocking news. If you guys have any family members out there that had issues with these cops, many cops who have failed to file the proper investigation when weapons are being used against Kanakas on Hawaiian Kingdom Crown lands, on Kuleana lands. This struggle is real. Just like Anakala Kemoku guys with their struggles that you see people using their bulldozers, tractors. Violence comes in different forms. But when we file these police reports, MPD, Victorino, these are criminal reports of possibility assault or murder. And yet we do not get the support, or the Kuleana heirs or Hawaiian Kingdom heirs don't get the support. So when the Wahines come out and the family members come out to bring this to our forefront, we have to give this a pass, kako, because we suffer from the same issues from many different cops, as you could see, that in Hilo is corrupt and continue to be the good old boy gang. With that being said, homework, let them know.
Yeah, well, shucks. I think for all Kanaka, on every part of the Pai'aina and beyond, right, we know well what it's like to experience violence from the state in the form of our police and in the form of selective enforcement of the kind of laws that they want to persecute us for and criminalize Kanaka for. Oftentimes, just being Kanaka is enough for them to lock us up and to exert their force and power on us. And a lot of the times, these are Kanaka, again, that are in these roles, wearing the blue suits with the nightsticks, right? And so we have to plead to their humanity, right? You cannot just defer to the higher ups, the cat in the hat, right? Superior orders. You can't always claim that I just following orders, because if we look to history, right, that's the same thing that happened in the Nuremberg trials, right? And those were war crimes, following the laws, following the orders of the people who are forcing you to pa'i your community and criminalize Kanaka and turn a blind eye to the developers and all the big thugs doing all the wheeling and dealing out here. Yeah, that is not an excuse. So I plead to the humanity of our brothers and sisters out there wearing the blue uniform, Do not become a statistic in this history, right? Do not force our people to become statistics, right? Do what's right. The cameras are open. The world is watching. Now is the time.
Boom. So that has to be what homework for the Wahines and the family members.
For the Wahines who are out there, all the people out
All
there.
the people.
Organizing to bring light to these issues, to bring our communities closer together. Yes, boys in blue. Yes, brown Kanakas. Yes, black, yellow, Asian, everything, right? Like we need to be on the same page with all of this. Police reform is needed. So I give a pass to those guys doing their due diligence there.
Next up on the chopping block, we got Senator Kirk Fuvela. So, if you look at Kirk Fuvela's IG, not IG, but FB, he put out a notice. And the notice was for offshore turbines, Kako.
Here we go. He's always on top of these.
Senator. Mahalo, Kako, for continuously, right off the bat, that's a pass. Because you are a valuable tool to our community that continues to break the news that KHON and KITV4 can never break. They will never break these historical breaking news because this is too much profit for them to give anybody a heads up. And
Rick Langiardi, you're not going to let that happen.
Kirk Favela, we appreciate you and the steady hand that you have for your community and your family members.
Yeah.
And as for the offshore Snickle Fritz that's continuing to plague our community, right? If it's not one, it's next. If it's not Kaiki Nui, it's Kahuku. You guys don't see the similarities? You don't see this up in Sunrise Ridge. You don't see this down at Waikiki, Central Plaza. Why the thing gotta be around the Hawaiians? In the isolated rural areas where the densest populations are the minority and are on the endangered list of only 40,000 left next to our homesteads.
And there's no direct benefit for these communities, right? Put them right on their backs, and there's still no direct benefit.
And that's why when we say that, this definitely is a collusion and a smash for the state of Hawaii and Ige, the Fernandez shit show that continues to spiral into control. Couple order, come on.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So offshore turbines, right? So it's supposed to be over 1,000 feet tall.
1,000 feet tall, Kako.
And this is out in in the break area, right? So I mean, how much Kanaka are watermen out in the west side Waianae, right? Like we think of all the great watermen who came out of there, Makaha all the way down. And can you imagine pulling into Makaha and you look out there and get one huge freaking militarized turbine out there too, right? How is that gonna affect the waves? How is that gonna affect the communities, the resources, kanaloas, right? Our fishes, our whales, all these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's further proof of the addiction that the colonial system has. Yeah, the sickness, right? We gotta keep getting more and more power, more and more power. We gotta make more and more power for sale to the Kanaka, to oppress the Kanaka, to keep them addicted, right? So it's almost like drug dealing. All these energy companies, you guys is the worst drug dealers out there.
There it is.
Right? And if you're not gonna make renewable energy and you're gonna just toy with it, like here, we're gonna make an offshore turbine. It'll be renewable, right? So you don't have to burn oil anymore.
Right.
I think it's just a whole greenwashing of the industry, right? None of these projects are really community based, have a real direct connection to the community, actually enhance the community and the environment. So I gotta give a big smash to these guys. Another turbine. There's gonna be more turbines, guys. There's gonna be more windmills. There's gonna be more geothermal. All of these things we gotta be ready.
And there's gonna be more rest.
Smash, right? More
rest, Kako. So there you guys have
more unrest.
And more unrest.
More unrest, right? So.
Oh, man. Next up, the one and only, our Big Island Video News made it to the chopping block.
Yeah, okay. We
and
back
it
on the
is,
Moku. We're back on the Moku.
And it is our alarming trend statewide in state trafficking.
Ooh.
Kako, So we've been covering this for quite some time. We've been
Right.
following it since 2016, since Tulsi Gabbard came with the Indigenous women's at the university to share her concerns about Aboriginal women's and Indigenous women's being the number one affected by sex trafficking in the state. And Big Island Video News brought it back again. And so show you the article. The article is a really good read. So if you guys check it out, Arizona State University did a extensive research the past 3 to 4 years on sex trafficking and different other human trafficking issues. So if you guys have time to go check out ASU's website and check out this article, it will send you to the link of the studies. The studies will show that Mitch Roth has failed us as prosecutor during this whole campaign. He has lied and conspired and said that there's nothing wrong. Yes, there are going to be crisis actors that takes place during the hype of these issues, but it can never take away or disturb the fact of ASU, an independent study, not the state of Hawaii, the liars, right? We have an independent study from a university that led this research. And that's what's exciting about this. It's not your gummy bears and cookies and cream American stories. This comes back to the true issue of the corruption that continue to plague our women and our Aboriginal families out here. Because our kids go missing, our women go missing, and they tell us instantly in 0.2 seconds that they're runaways. So with that being said, this has to be a collusion with the state, Mitch the Sloth Roth, the lying Kealoha, and all of those conspirators that colluded with the state agency, with CPS, when they illegally take away our kids away from our families. They have no right. Those guys are the real traffickers. And this studies gives you a little more insight on sex trafficking and how it works from an international and from an outside of perspective, and not coming from your fake state crisis acting, data collecting. Kapole.
Right. Yeah, well, shucks, this is a really interesting study. There's a lot of good information there. You know, it really paints
Non-bias.
the picture. Yeah,
Non-bias, Kako.
it really paints the picture, right, of what's going on, how much of our children are involved in this human trafficking, right? They're saying like a fourth of all the cases are children, right? So we're talking about a big percentage
kiki.
of our kiki being, and we already know they're being preyed upon for these kinds of industries, right? But you know, I gotta look at the history of this as well. There's a long history of human trafficking here in Hawaii, right? And you start with the plantation era, and you know the basically the colonial institutions that were established here in order to extract the resources and capitalize on them being shipped out and sold to other parts of the world, right? So people were literally, our kupuna were brought in, human trafficked to Hawaii.
Yes.
Right, to the Hawaiian Kingdom.
Yes.
And to the illegally occupied Hawaiian Kingdom thereafter, right? And so it starts all the way back in these same insidious roots, right, that this fake state tree is it has grown into, this big old banyan tree that bug us stay. But you know, so I gotta just point out the long history of human trafficking here in the islands. You know, our kanaka who are arrested and criminalized, sent over to America, into private prisons as well. To me, that's all part of the human trafficking that has happened here. We're taking Hawaiians, creating prisoners of war out of them, and then using them as profit and collateral for these kind of industrialized machinations of capitalism. So
Exactly.
I gotta smash these buggers real hard, right? And then I gotta give an extra nudge to the politicians who are deflecting this issue and saying, oh, it's runaways, oh, it's just hype, it's just a lot of controversy and hysteria. No, look at the data. Don't talk to us about hype and feelings. You guys have an obligation to deal with these things, and we need to see what you're doing. Because right now what I see is the corruption is starting from within the fake state government.
Yeah. So, quick COVID. We have our COVID-19 quick update before we round up the smash or pass. First up, on the whistleblower, historical whistleblower, COVID-19, we got to give a pass. She is definitely a hero in my book. So we have our beautiful whistleblower, Anonymous. Yeah. Go ahead, check out the story. The link is inside. I got to give it a pass. This is the health worker that lives by an honesty policy. Look at that face. Homework.
Is that the only time somebody from the government or from the health department has actually done a press conference with a mask on her face too?
Right.
Because that was one thing I noticed. All these guys, they like tell us what to do, but they're not even doing them themselves, right? And that's what this whistleblower is pointing out exactly, right? Within her own department, within her own office, these guys ain't even following their own rules. They're not using the funds for the right things and for the pandemic. Right. So, mahalo to this person. What is her name? Is she
I call her the whistleblower.
The whistleblower. Hey, mahalo
we just keep it there.
To all the whistleblowers out there.
Yes.
Right, for not being afraid of the ramifications that come with it, the blowback, right, from the systems of power. Right. We have to be willing to challenge it at every level. So, mahalo to these guys within the state doing the whistleblowing.
COVID-19 chopping block. We got Mayor Victorino and his Temptation Island. So, the Temptation Island, right, from Mayor Victorino got caught in a lie. He got caught in a lie, and basically, Victorino, claimed that there was no such bubble happening. He was even bold enough to come on the internet.
His press conference.
Yeah. He held a press conference about the false news spreading. And lo and behold, never ever listen to a Victorino during a state of emergency as this high risk for our family. With that being said, it's definitely a collusion, right? Collusion. Victorino trying to lay down a bunt down at Sexual Island, Temptation, right? While everybody is locked up at home, right? He wants to go ahead and play games. So, Victorino, you get some serious issues. You're pretty sick. For tell everybody get off the internet and stop believing the hype. And then you guys have a little Temptation Island going on. What's going on?
Island, oh my gosh. And you know you got the cameras ready for that, right? You got to keep everybody watching that shit show. You know,
that's a shit show.
Streamed in. You know, it's sad that the new reality show, the new Fit for TV, right, is actually these politicians making press conferences and the political theater that they engage in front of the camera and the live stream. You know, so Temptation Island, shucks, that's like the whole state of Hawaii at this point, right? Like we just left out here, you know, freaking airports wide open, send all these kooks in here with all their diseases, right? For the last 127 years, right? So it's not just this year during the pandemic, guys. But right now we're just seeing how dysfunctional it really is. It's painting the picture for us all.
So Kako.
So watch out for the Temptation Island near you.
Don't get temptation, right?
Whether it's Napali Coast or Ka'anapali, or they're gonna do them out here in Waikoloa, right? At Hapuna Prince or wherever. Right. They're gonna try to facilitate tourism wherever they can. Why? Because the infrastructure is there. All the industries are there, losing money, even though they all got bailed out. Anyway,
right.
I gotta smash these guys. Give them a quick little smash on the way out.
Up next, right, on the chopping block, right, we got, of course, our favorite topic. And who could that be? The Mauna Kea management.
Oh.
No. Kalamai. technical difficulties. We are in the
What's the new name?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The office of the mayor. Kalamai Kako.
No,
The office of the mayor. We went jump straight into the OMK.
Okay.
So the office of the mayor, they write a shit show letter. The shit show letter talks about no dancing, singing, playing drums down at the beach.
Oh, Oahu's mayor, yeah, Honolulu mayor.
Your mayor, Kako.
Oh,
Cookie Clownwell. So Cookie Kirk Clownwell is continuing the shit show, telling that Temptation Island can happen, but you cannot play the gongos and you cannot sing Honey Baby at the beach. So, Kapole, this is a simple smash.
Oof.
This guy's just straight up colonizing already.
Let's keep it
This guy's
simple.
he's just straight colonizing
Just
already.
look to what the title is, right? I mean, the Honolulu mayor, right, for the county of Honolulu. Where is that? I don't know. About Oahu? Is that Oahu? Is that Kobe? Right? I don't know where Honolulu is because sometimes I believe it's like a fake state machination, right? It's like this imaginary place where all these crooked politicians get to wheel and deal with each other, make rails, make sewage, dig holes, right? Do whatever they like, pump their doo-doo wherever they like, right? So, for me, I just gotta say, don't Honolulu, Hawaii. Whatever you do, don't Honolulu, Hawaii.
Don't Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yeah, don't Honolulu, Hawaii.
And so, Kalamai, we didn't get the picture in that we needed, but this shout out goes to Kauka'ohu and Ohana, who locking it down when people coming out with their coolers, not practicing their social distancing, handling your kuleana out there. We always admire you and what the family has continued to do.
Right.
Kauka'ohu and the families out in Makaha, holding it down, making sure there's no coronavirus getting home to your tutu.
Right, so check out that video, right, on Kauko'ohu Wahilani's live stream.
Check out Kauka'ohu's live stream.
I mean, it's a great example of our communities being proactive to create solutions in the community themselves. And then the flare-ups with the state, right? The state comes in all hot, all heavy, all angry, yelling and screaming, right? Showing force, threatening to arrest. And these are people that they grew up with in their communities too. Right, but the state has got them programmed to do these kind of pilikia, to create these kind of pilikia for people who are making solutions.
Right.
So, mahalo to Kauko'ohu Wahilani. What is it? Defend Makaha, defend Waianae.
Defend Makaha.
Nakua Aloha Aina out there.
Yes.
Right, we see you guys. We mahalo you guys. Keep going live so we can expose the corruption. Right, while Honolulu is saying no singing and dancing and going to church, they still shucking and jiving and trying for do all this all these kind of deals. So
yes. So there you guys have it, the COVID-19 update. And now we are gonna be on our back half of Smash or Pass for this week. And next up on the chopping block,
the backside of the chopping block, baby.
we have Let's
Made it.
Go Mauna Kea Stewardship. Kako. Pretty soon. So, Kako. Mauna Kea Management. Simple and said. Greg Chan, Felder Community, Bill Amalaya, and Catherine Keloha signed the EIS, which is illegal. Kenji Price, check them out. We have to call that what it is. It's a collusion and it's a smash. Because we're not going to allow Greg Chan and all the Lap Chong have a free shot at the crown without seeing the uncles and the aunties on the bottom of the footsteps.
Gosh, what?
Kapole, homework.
What is the name of the new management? What is it?
Dumb and Dumber.
The CMS now they calling them, right? OMKM, CMS, BORUH. Oh, alphabet soup, guy. I'm getting sore stomach. I gotta eat this every freaking Saturday morning. You know what I mean? I just like the fish and the poi, but these guys, they just want the artificial calories. So anyway, this new management board, we saw kind of how it plays out over years, right? They never do something properly, so they gotta redo it, and they gotta create a new process to do it, and then they change their name into a new entity in order to do it the way that they want to do it. So we forget about all the pilikia with OMKM or MKSS or Kahuku Mauna or whatever it is, because in the future we're going to have a new name, a new twist, one new
monkey.
objective and new promises to break for everybody. So that's how I look at this stuff. I gotta give a nice red collusion for this intrusion and this illusion that these buggers need to get smashed on.
Right.
Because this is not stewardship. This is exploitation. This is desecration of our most sacred area, some of our greatest resources that we have. So I'm calling out the Kanaka out there. Be ready for a new management system.
Yes.
We need to push for it, and it can't come from all these alphabet soups.
Yes. Kako.
That one was the Mauna Kea stewardship.
That's the Mauna Kea stewardship okayed, yeah? And so, next up, we got two more on the chopping block as we move into our Get Connected session where we're going to make a call in, right?
Yeah,
and get connected. Next up, we got Ka'u, illegal fishing.
Breaking news.
Right. Ka'u, illegal fishing.
From Ki'e
Ka'u. If you read the post, this is not about shaming Anake said. This is about informing the illegal activities that is plaguing our communities. So if you know these people in the picture, Kako, this is to help us help them help our communities. Please don't fish for illegal aquarium fishes. Don't be like Bill Amalaya. Don't follow his trail. Because if you do, then you guys are going to be making our news weekly.
Yeah.
So Kako, do yourself a favor, do ourselves a favor. Make it a learning lesson. It's not okay to take aquarium fishes. With that being said, I got to give them a pass. But like not a pass, but I got to smash what Auntie said. We work as this as a solution. Yeah. This is not to shame. But if we catch you there again, then obviously you want to be shamed.
Yeah.
Boom. Kapole. Ka'u.
Mahalo nui, Ki'e Ka'u. Yeah, and all these other community-based groups that are exposing this kind of corruption right in their home, right in their backyards, yeah. And we're going to need more of these voices to be heard and seen. So we got to link into these guys and make sure our voices are heard and the issues are being addressed. But this goes right into the next topic
it goes
too.
straight in. Here we go. Hit it.
You know, like this is what it could look like if we work together, right?
This is what it could look like, Kako. So these issues, mo'omomi, right, is a classic evidence of how we as Kanakas can progress and protect fishes in spawning season, in off season, when to have kapu on the fishes. Kapu is not bad, Kako, but it can get bad when one man taking all the fishes.
When you don't follow the kapu.
When nobody following rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why, Kako, we just gotta focus in on how to be proactive. Kapole, this gotta be a pass and a solution on my half. This is a pass and a solution because this right here is definitely what we should be striving for. Mo'omomi. Manao.
So the Mo'omomi CBSFA is what they're calling it, right? That stands for Community-Based Subsistence Fishing Area. And so it's a proposal and a management plan that the community there put together, right? Like the different stakeholders, shareholders, whatnot, identified by DLNR. A lot of these Ohanas, I gotta shout out them, they've been doing it for a long time. Yeah, they've been actually doing this management without the plan. So the plan is something they've created while they've been doing it for generations. And so I gotta give a pass to the Ohanas out there who created this initiative, but I also want to caution our communities out there, right? This is a good example of collaborating with the state in order to take care of these issues. But a lot of times the state will then pick and choose how they're going to use your mana or your contributions and your community. So we just have to be vigilant. I trust Molokai is very vigilant. That's how they operate, like I said. So this is a great example for us to learn from. So you can also look at Kipahulu, right? Yeah. And the project that they got going on out there, subsistence-based, community-based subsistence fishing and management. So taking care of the resources and allowing us the opportunity to manage them and say, hey, you're not supposed to come over here from that island and raid and steal this and sell them on the market or on the aquarium trade, right? So these are ways we can protect that, but we also have to be careful that we don't get in bed with the same guys who is ripping our heads off.
So this gotta be a pass, Kako. And last but never not least,
oh, here we go. What I've been waiting for.
This is gonna go straight into our Get Connected session with Anakala. And here it is. We got the Lahui updates with Anakala Chief Kemoku Kapu, with his lawyer, Collins.
Lance Collins.
And also Kapali. And so, so we have been following and being avid supporters of such leadership that we are inspired and continue to be inspired. So when they, Anakala guys, decided to go and create this platform, I think it's going to be weekly or even couple of weekly. It all depends how it goes. But this is what our news and news should look like. Grassroots coming straight from the moku of the issue. And this is definitely a solution for me, right? And Kapole, homework, without any further ado, something to add on before the phone call to get connected?
Oh, I just want to, send my aloha and my mahalo, my deep respect to these ali'i and to these kanaka out there. It's a great pahu hopu for our people. It's a great goal for us to see, visualize, watch you go through the process, learn, and start applying here in our communities. So we gotta watch carefully so that we can apply it directly to our mokupuni and our ahupua'as. So I'm excited to learn more from Ke'au Moku Kapu and his ohana. The Keahi Ohana out there as well, and their administration, right? Lance Collins. It's just a great team. It looks like that they have out there, and it's not all pretty, right? As we know, the Ohana reminds us it's not all pretty and fun and games. It takes real strict vigilance and work to get to this point. And so we're gonna have a little sneak peek, bringing the chief on the phone. And let's see if we can get him on here. We got him?
We got the chief in on
aloha,
today.
Mai. Aloha.
Oh, Kalamai.
Oh, we're working on the speaker right now.
The speaker.
And again, tomorrow they will be having a live stream on Kalahui Hawaii's page at 5 p.m. You guys can go check that out. That's with Ke'au Moku, Kapali, and Lance, the trifecta over there from Maui. Okay, here we go.
Here it is, everybody, for our first Aloha Mai Kako, Anakala Kemoku Kapu, Maui Pilani. So today, we brought it back, the Get Connected session, and right now, we're showing you Lahui updates with your lawyer, Lance Collins, Kapali, and you. So this is your shot, your 4 minute, Anakala. Get us connected, man.
Right on. Mahalo, you guys, for everything that you guys doing, getting that message out there. So, basically what's happening in the west side of Lahaina town is there's a lot of mischief, I would say, going on with developers that purchase warranty title deeds from Pioneer Mill and only ongoingly perpetuating the theft of what's going on here in the west side in Maui, and I would say probably throughout the state of Hawaii. So for us, we're holding it down, we're batting it down, and literally we're calling them to the table.
Yes.
Calling them to the table pertaining to what they claim to own with a warranty title deed. And it seems like, because of my case that took over 17, 18 years to come to fusion, I don't think they want to go into that same arena again. So literally what they're doing is they're trying to flip these lands as fast as they can and, we've been dealing with a lot of issues on the permitting process through the county and the state, which is dysfunctional. This whole government basically is dysfunctional on what's happening right now, and I think these developers just found an excuse by using COVID to just go on and start putting in their infrastructure and thinking that, you know, it's easier for them to pay for the after-fact permit. So what they're doing right now is they're just mucking up everything on the website and having a fire sale and selling all these properties out there with just one quick claim. So we're on them. There's a lot of other things that I think going to be really important that we're going to share tomorrow, and it's good that we was able to get Lance Collins, my attorney, to kind of be a part of the discussion. So hopefully people can start understanding, especially the families out there, understand that when you buy into these kind of things, you got to look at the bill of sale. Because we telling these families, if you buy into a parcel that is a land commission or a royal patent, then you're going to be challenged. So even though if what's happening right now, they're flipping land for $10,000 down, and these families can come in and they can bulldoze and they can start cleaning the lots. Our job is to inform them, saying that I know we all need properties and all this, but if you don't get the clarity of the title of what they're selling you, then you might find yourself paying more money, getting stuck in court to try to find out whether or not you do have redemption to the property that you're selling. So our Ohana over there took a strong stance on two valleys, in Kaola Valley and Kaoma Valley. And we're not going to tolerate any more of this mischief and nonsense of these guys flipping lands with a warranty title deed. We need to go as far as it needs to take in the courts, even to the Supreme Court if we have to. Because I think right now is the time, the initial time that Hawaii is rising and the Kanakas is at the forefront. So mahalo.
No way, Anakala. So, just some quick things. So, is this going to be bi-weekly, every week, this kuka on Zoom that you guys going to try and hold?
It depends on the issue, yeah?
Yes.
And so from our first discussion, we're hoping that we can educate the Kanakas out there on just the basis of title and redemption, on how you get families to really, really look at the seriousness of what really would happen during the time of the sugarcane. Now, if this guy is flipping properties with a warranty title deed, that means they don't have any title. All they have is title insurance.
Right.
We want to put that right at the forefront. And these developers, they're saying that, you know, because I went beat them up for 17 years, they don't want to go back into court.
Of course they don't like get beaten up.
There's so much money. That's a waste of money. That's a waste of time. But we're saying that in order for rectify the crimes that was done amongst our people, we got to go that route.
Right.
But we're not going that route because it's a fire sale. They start trying to sell the land so they can wash their hands and they can move on. We're not going to allow that.
Okay. Well. So, one last question before you leave. How can we help you out there? How can we help Malama anything out there? Spread the word. What you guys need? The Kako app.
Yeah, I think, you know, just recently we've been trying to get the message out there to a lot of people, and we put a site up, Malo to Kalahui Political Action Committee, to try to get people to sign in and send a message to SHPD, State Historic Preservation Division, to tell them to get up on their butts and start doing their work. Even kind of sent a message to the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. It's interesting that the office came to see me and they said that their office got flooded with 400 something emails.
Oh, there it is. So that the emails does have an effect, huh?
Yeah, and if we keep pounding on it, the State Historic Preservation Division, to tell them that these properties are being impacted, bulldozers are coming in, they're mowing down taro patches, Hawaii sites, even possible barrels of Paulinas or cemeteries, and we got to get the state up here.
Yeah.
And they're just dysfunctional. I think they're in conflict. I think they're in conflict with these private developers too.
Well, Kako, you heard that, Kako. The 400 letters that went in, let's double that up by the week. All those families that are out there, Kako, this is how you can kokua. No need no money, just a simple pule and a simple letter email to the Office of Hawaiian Affairs and other agencies, and to put up the pressure and have them do their job. Okay. Thank you so much, Chief. It's always an honor to have you on, and we're gonna try and have this on every week. Any issues out there, Kako, coming out from Ko Va'ipai Aina? We don't know everything, and that's why we call this section the Get Connected, where you guys can get us connected to the situations that we're not ma'atu, yeah?
All right, mahalo.
Always,
Mahalo.
Chief, man. Mahalo. Thank you guys. Send our love and aloha to the Ohana, and we'll see each other soon.
Yeah, okay. Mahalo, guys, for the work that you guys doing. Aloha.
Always, aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, Kako.
Here we go.
The Get Connected session. So, now, we got to get into our constitutional oathbreaker.
Oh.
Constitutional oathbreaker
From
this
the
week.
top to the bottom, you like take
To the
me there.
top to the
Oh,
bottom.
Shucks.
Constitutional oathbreaker goes out this week
We
to
got
Mayor Cookie Kirk Clownwell and the Ige Shit Fernandez show that continuously tell people no play Congos, don't go to the beach, no honey babies, but yet they want to have Temptation Island with Victorino on top of the silky sand beach.
Oh my God.
With that being said, Ige continues to rank number one above all.
Right.
Homework. Give him your constitutional breaker.
I gotta bring Ige since I never mentioned him today. I gotta bring him back to the Cat in the Hat, right? The 50th state unfair, especially considering it's Admissions Day or Black Friday or just was Black Friday, right? So hopefully we start admitting, the state starts admitting to the wrongdoing.
Admission.
Right? Admission is the first step. Then we can ho'oponopono.
Right.
Right? We can hash it out. We can work it out. But first you gotta admit you guys is blowing it, leaving the doors wide open for us to get cracked. Yeah, and now the communities are the ones who are getting it the worst. The Hawaiian communities out there, right? Kamehameha schools are being Kamehameha schools is reported as having COVID cases. Ka'umeke Ka'eo, Hawaiian charter schools, Hawaiian community schools are being targeted by this kind of negligence, right? We're the ones on the line first. It's no coincidence. So I gotta smash Ige yet again. It starts with you. Close the borders, close the doors up, take a stance, quit acting like you guys are doing anything but sending us out to slaughter.
Yes. And with that being said, Kako, Rapid Aloha, giving out our mahalos as we shutting down another episode. Going straight in to the Rapid Aloha, I gotta give a shout out to Bite the Eye
Hey,
for always hammering down for the Kanaka Rangers.
bite it,
You
don't
know,
fight it.
Chef, the clerks, and Boss Man. I see you Friday.
Yes, Fried Fish Friday, you know.
Who you got?
What we got this week? Well, Rapid Aloha, you know, I wanna give another shout out to the Crown Land crew.
The
over
Crown
here in
Land
the
crew,
background.
always holding it down.
We've been learning as we go, right? Trying to do this technical stuff on the fly, but mahalo nui to our support system. Couldn't do it without you. I want to make a special shout out, Rapid Aloha, to the heirs and assignees of the
Yes.
Royal Patent Land Awards and Kuleana holders out in my Ahupua, Ka'apahu, out in Hamakua. We're calling you home.
Let's go.
Calling you home, guys. So Ka'avahua, Kanaka Onai, Iaukea, Palau, Papapa, Kapala Haole, Haina, Kapu, Kahiku, Naihehau, Oulu, Kui Kauai, Kaulu Ilihau, Ka'ai Kawaha, Cooper, Parker.
The Hawaiian
You
Kingdom
guys.
census is on, Kako.
We got you,
You
on
better
the
get
list.
home.
We got you on the list. Kanaka, come home.
Homework did the homework. They're looking for the
We
assign
got
and
a tent.
assignees.
We get a tent for you. We get Aina ready. Come get out here. Come get connected, everybody.
So, mahalo to the sponsors. Hawaii Homesteady, the Killer Man, and we got the OO Olympics coming up this week.
You know
Make
it.
sure you bring the OO same size as you. If not, you're going to have one papaya arm by the end of that show. So what else we got before we go out with the Rapid Aloha?
Hey, well, don't forget about our viewers out there, right?
viewers.
All our viewers out there, thank you guys for tuning in. We couldn't do it without you guys. Organic Pa'ina every Saturday. This is number 40. You know, this is the roots for breakfast. Fish and poi.
Fish and
Even
poi.
if it's deep fried and you get pa'iai, right? We never serving spam. No artificial sweeteners, no empty calories, no gummy worms, shortbread cookies, American milk.
None of that.
All organic, no choreography,
None of that.
straight from the na'au. Thank you guys for taking another scoop this day.
Another dark side of Hawaiian politics. We mahalo all you lovers and supporters who continue, like he said, who continue to give us all of the time that you guys continue to do. Thank you from the dark side of Hawaiian politics. Ahui ho. To the next side. Ku aloha aina.
Yes, I love you guys. And.
Eya.